Welcome to yet another exciting edition of Zambia Today, and I'm your host for tonight. My name is Aaron Kamanga. In tonight's edition of Zambia Today, we are looking at book publishing in Zambia. And in tonight's edition, I'm featuring Dr. Elijah Miti. Okay, to begin with, Dr. Elijah Miti, you are also a pastor, and to you, this is a follow-up of an interview that we did last year.
That's right.
In case someone has just tuned in to this program for the first time and didn't hear what we discussed last time, who is Dr. Elijah Miti?
Dr. Elijah Miti is a Ngoni boy from Chimpinga village, Chief Saidi in Chipata. I come under the emblem of Chief Mpeze. Yes, and I'm currently full-time into missionary work. And of course, in that I also do book publishing and a lot of motivational speaking. Because I believe that we need to bring people to where they're supposed to be and for them to maximize their potential.
And who is your mother?
My mother is, her full names are Mary Moses Nyirenda, but now she's popularly known as Mama Nyongo because of her music. She's done, I think, 2 single videos, Caretaker and the latest one, which won an award.
Okay, I thought of asking you that question because you, the public out there, they know Mama Nyongo.
That's right.
Exactly.
That's right.
Since they know Mama Nyongo, they know who you are.
Okay.
And Dr. Elijah Miti,
Yes.
Tell us about book publishing, for example, where you are based in South Africa, and compare that to Zambia.
I think book publishing in South Africa is quite on a higher level compared to here, but it's been my passion for the past 3 years to bring back the beef from there and just help the Zambian authors. We started the project in 2009 when I first launched my 3 books, and from there I think I got a lot of questions from people that heard about my book launch, and I embarked on a journey to help as many Zambian authors who were struggling to publish their first books, and we have actually achieved that the past 3 years, and we have done over 200 books for Zambian authors, and I think people are looking at book writing in a different way now, and the authors are getting serious with writing, and very soon I think most of the bookstores will be filled with Zambian authors' books.
Of late, almost every Zambian has been talking about encouraging the culture of reading amongst Zambians, because one man said that one way of hiding something from a black person is putting that thing in a book. What are you doing to make sure that every Zambian develops the culture of reading?
I think Zambians are developing that culture in that if you look at, they read the paper almost every day. That's
the only thing that they read.
That's not really, but I think the past 3 years I've seen where people have sort of changed. There are a lot of companies that are coming in Zambia to bring about libraries in schools. We've also been conducting a lot of motivational talks in schools, encouraging students to write, and I think we've done that. We did a motivational talk at Mnali. We did a motivational talk on book writing at Lusaka High. We also did a motivational talk on writing at Kablonga Girls, and the response was quite overwhelming. The students have actually submitted some work. We're busy compiling a book just to encourage the students as well. We've also spoken to colleges. I've been on Unza Radio just to encourage the people at Unza, and those that are in other institutions, even just people that are working at the moment. I think in the area of ministry, I'm publishing I don't know how many books now for pastors and bishops here in Zambia, even in the Copper Belt. Generally, people that are working, I've got authors that are coming as far as Mwense, as far as Mazabuka. We just did a book for Mr. Renox Chela in Mazabuka, he's written a very powerful motivational, book entitled Five Things that you can do to be an effective person. And it's a great book. It really also ministered to me as well. So we can see that the trends are changing. If you've noticed the past, I think 5 years, we've seen authors emerge, authors like, Richard Sakala. We've seen books for
Venon.
Yes, Venon. And we are trying to bring back, what our old folks, started some time back. The Monakatways and all. They've really inspired.
The David
Kaundas. All those books have really inspired the Zambians to forge on and write books. And at the moment, I'm helping with publishing most of the books because that has been a challenge. People are unable to find a publisher that can help them with their low budget. But we are able to help even just a beginner. In fact, when we just started this project in 2009, we sponsored the first 10 authors who published their books for free, just to encourage them. And now, because the costs are so high, we are actually charging just to get the books printed. That I've published books for 3/4, it's I think men, but it's quite a good challenge to see, powerful women come up with books that will inspire and teach, the nation, teach even the African countries on things like, the struggle and, remembering the African skies. It's a very powerful book.
In case you've just tuned in, you are listening to Zambia Today radio program. And in tonight's edition, I'm featuring Dr. Elijah Miti. We are discussing book publishing in Zambia. Over to you, sir. How many books have you published so far?
I think, and counting, if I just count the authors, it's over 200 for authors, both Zambia and international authors. Then on my own, I've written a total of 15 books. Last year, I think I did a lot of work. I wrote about 12 books, which are already on the market. And this time around, a lot of authors have submitted books, including one powerful book that we are going to push for launch for March. It's a book called Ayoba FIFA 2010. The author is Mr. Dominic Mdenda Muntanga. It's a very powerful book for those that missed the World Cup. He's really, summarized everything, starting from the first game to the last game. So that's the project that we're working on. And also other powerful motivational speakers here in Zambia have approached us, of which we'll let the nation know at a later stage.
And you are working on a book for Senior Chief Mwada Kanongesha. Tell us something about that book.
He's actually written about 6 books in total, and they're all ready. We were just waiting for a few things to just finalize everything. And there's one particular book that has received a lot of audience. It was featured on Book Spectrum, and it's received quite good audience, both in Zambia and Angola. Yes, and at the moment,
Congo DRC.
Yes, at the moment we're just so thankful to Kansanshi Mining PLC. Kansanshi, yes, Kansanshi Mining PLC. They have sponsored the book, so we'll be having our first mass production this month, and next month the books will be on the shelves.
Great. All right. And Dr. Elijah Miti, for many people in Zambia, writing a book is a mammoth task. And many of them think you need to be great in order to write a book. Tell us some simple steps in which ordinary people out there can take in order for them to write a book.
I think the first step is one needs to have the passion. One needs to have the desire, a burning desire to say, I need this book to be published. And the third thing is one needs to believe in themselves, because I think that's the most important thing. If you believe in yourself and say, I can do it, you will definitely do it. There is a scripture that I always like quoting, Mark chapter 9 verse 29. It says, if you can and you believe, then it is possible. So it is possible to write a book. The first thing you need to do is just have the passion, the burning desire, and believing in yourself that you can do it. And also find some time to dedicate that passion that you have for writing. If you have those 4 gadgets, then the sky is no longer the limit. And once you start writing, you don't really need to write it in any format. That's why we are there. That's why we have editors. Most of the authors that have submitted work to me, it's surprising that, they just send it through, but we are able to bake their work into a book.
In other words, they'll send the book in an haphazard manner.
That's right. That's right.
Chapters mambo jumbo.
That's right.
That's right. I can give you a practical example. Most preachers that have helped write a book, they just send their sermons, their weekly sermons. I think I'll just encourage more people to believe in themselves and know that nothing is impossible if they put their mind to it. It can be a dream that you have, maybe to become a doctor like me. It can be a dream that you have to marry that beautiful lady or the handsome prince. It can be a dream to build. It can be a dream to start up a business. You just have to believe in yourself. There is a very nice statement that I like, that if you are able to defeat the enemy within you, then the enemy outside can do you no harm. Most of the times we give up on ourselves, and then the people say you can do it, and you just confirm it. But if you are able to say, I'll stand on my ground and do what I feel I can do, this year will turn around. If you've been failing in mathematics, and just determine and say, I'll be a better mathematician. I remember I made that choice when I was in grade 8. I was never good in mathematics, but I had a friend who was very good, and I made a decision to say, I'll never fail mathematics again. And I was one of the best students in mathematics by the time I finished school. So it's up to you to make that right choice. It's up to you to surround yourself with people that can inspire you, and have a mentor in life. Have somebody you can go to and say, how can I learn to become a better singer? How can I learn to become a better speaker? How can I learn to become a better motivational, speaker? So you have to believe in yourself.
And how can people get in touch with you? What's your number or email address?